everyone, can you guys hear me? I had to restart this broadcasting because a few people online were telling me that they weren't able to hear me. So I am restarting a whole new broadcast. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me well. Let me check the chat. Please send me a chat. Let me know if indeed you can hear me well. And let's see what's happening in your chat. Let me know. So can you guys hear me well? Hi everybody. Malik, Patricia, Avnit, Michelle. Hello, are you still able to hear me? Yes, finally, somebody's telling me that they are able to hear me well. Thank you so very much, Avnit, if I did pronounce your name correctly. Mercedes, I hear you. Thank you so much, guys. So let us start. We are about to have important planetary events, and it's a very important month. Not only we're going to have Valentine tomorrow, but we are also going to have a partial solar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius. That eclipse will happen in the Leo Aquarius. How should I put it, alignment again, and it's going to affect everyone. For that one in particular, how that is going to affect each and every one of us and each and every sign, I'm going to do another live streaming. Today, that's correct. Thank you. Yes, I can hear you. And please do keep typing and to let me know if at any point you get disconnected or anything. Michelle, I'm so sorry you are not able to hear me. It must be something on your side because everybody else is telling me that they are able to hear me. Try, okay. So today, indeed, I'm going to focus on love. I'm trying to learn about astrology. I'm not an expert yet, but I do know that Venus also made some important planetary movements. So I'm going to give a little time for everybody. I'm not going to start right away. Let's give everybody a moment to log in and all of that. I also have to let everyone know that the new year did not start until, hi Jenica, until February 4th. Keep in mind that each and every year, the actual new year, when the energy starts to kick in, falls on February 4th each and every year. This is the reason why some people don't really feel like they don't really feel the new year in January. It starts to kick in a little bit later. So in terms of energies, so energy has a certain cycle, okay? Just like seasons have a cycle, just like days, morning, lunch, afternoon, dinner, night is a cycle, so does energy. So the real new year falls every year on February 4th. Just wanted to let you know that. So this is when you're going to feel. After February 4th, this is when everybody starts to feel the big shifting energy, the big changes. You feel differently. So this is where you start to feel how 2018 will start to affect you. I'm going to initiate with an Akashic reading, and I'm going to explain how an Akashic reading works. So if you are going to tag me, please make sure that someone also tags me with the explanation how to use this Akashic reading or how an Akashic reading works. I am going to start with a special prayer. Part of that prayer is going to be silent. After the silent part, I am going to start with a reading for each and every sign of the zodiac, and let's see what information will show up for you. Personally, I'm going to focus on married couples, people who are already in relationships, people who are single but looking, so I'm going to try to cover everything. And let's see what comes up. Also, a reminder, I wasn't able to do the monthly videos for February 2018 for YouTube. Therefore, I'm trying to make up for it by doing extra live streaming for you guys. In the meantime, for those of you who are interested, I believe I posted a link down here below somewhere. The Vimeo videos have been uploaded in the very first days of February. For those of you who are interested, in the February Vimeo videos, I did focus on sending you guys some energy clearing and also sending to you some Reiki healing, because I figured with all these planetary movements, what everybody really actually needs, you guys need some healing and you guys need some clearing, because holidays can be very emotional. There's people who love Valentine, there's people who feel lonely for Valentine, there's people who hate Valentine. So emotions are going to run high. So again, for those of you who are interested, the Vimeo videos have been up, and the link for that will be right down here. I'm going to link it in the description box below. Doing an Akashic reading, that means that I'm not using my psychic ability. You do not have to be a psychic to do an Akashic reading. Anyone can be trained to professionally to do Akashic readings. The information will be coming from the fourth and the fifth dimension, and I'm going to exactly tell you what I see, what feeling they are sending to me, what they are describing to me, any images that I get, and I'm going to check in with you all the time if this makes sense to you. Understand that these messages are not intended to make sense to me. They are only intended to make sense to you, unless, for example, unless I'm doing a reading for Aquarius, and Aquarius is my sun sign, some of the messages may also make sense to me. But understand that the very purpose of this live streaming is that the messages, that you can connect to the messages, that it makes sense to you. Of course, please make sure that you also listen for your rising sign, and please make sure that you listen for your moon sign as well. Mercedes is saying a comment, semi-medium, and you're absolutely right, and you can interpret cards. Yeah, that's true. And then there are certain people who are born with an extra dose of psychic ability and extra intuition. Okay, everybody in life has a purpose. You have a higher purpose, you have a purpose for the immediate future, but everyone has a purpose. Everyone has special gifts, talents, abilities. Even though you may be someone who maybe you think, no, you don't have anything special, you are completely wrong. Everyone is blessed with talents, skills, and abilities. And in this lifetime, there is a purpose. Why do you have certain skills, abilities? Why throughout your life you have been building a certain experience, maybe in a particular field, maybe in a certain, or maybe a certain specific life experience. You are meant to use your special skills, abilities, talents in a special way, way. For example, my purpose in this lifetime is to use my intuition and psychic ability to generate money, to teach, to connect with people, to spread knowledge, to enlighten people. Okay, so that is my purpose. That's my purpose. For somebody else, the purpose could be to do this as a side job. For example, they get to have like a career, a family, and they get to do this later in life. For other people, they're meant, for example, to be singers and to focus on their ability of singing, and thus creating this big shift, this wonder shift in their life by using their voice, by singing. And once you embrace fully your purpose, once you accept your purpose, there are no limits to where your life can take you, how wonderful and happy you can be. The Akashic Records are going to provide you with support and advice. They're going to guide you how you can use your life circumstance, how you can use your talent, your abilities to your advantage. So not only you can fulfill your life's purpose to reach the highest purpose of your soul, but also by you doing so, of course, you are going to achieve a level of success that is unlimited and a level of happiness that is unlimited. Understand that the way destiny and luck are aligned, it's a collaboration 50-50. Okay, so part of the destiny is written in stars. Before you are reincarnated, you have asked to have in your life certain people. You have asked to have in this life certain experiences. You have asked for certain skills, talents, and abilities. It's the same soul. Your soul won't change. In each and every reincarnation, your soul gets enriched. It doesn't change. The very core of your soul won't change. If in a different lifetime you used to be a very successful businessman or a businesswoman, you still have that ability. Okay. If you were a writer, a singer, you still have that ability. Your soul won't ever forget that. So remember, the Akashic records cannot order you under any circumstance to do anything or not to do anything, because they're here to guide you. If they order you to do something, they're going to take away your free will. And remember, okay, human beings are blessed with free will, and it's a 50-50 collaboration with the divine, with source, with God, with the universe. Okay, therefore, the Akashic records can very, very strongly advise you that you do something. They may very strongly advise you against something, but they cannot order you to do anything. Okay, and how wonderful is that? Because that means that nothing is written in stone. Okay, if you are dealing with some very difficult life circumstance, okay, that means that when you do a consultation with the Akashic records, they're going to teach you and they're going to guide you what you can do so you can shift that, because it's not meant and it's not intended to be forever. You have the power to change your circumstance. Okay, you have the power to boost a certain energy in a particular area of your life, and this is the purpose. We have to understand that we are all connected together. Okay, but we are also connected to the universe, and it is important for you to understand that destiny is important in the same way that your free will is important. So this is a collaboration of equal parts, 50-50. There are times when angels are allowed to intervene to save you from a situation under extreme circumstances. Okay, there's moments where your spirit guides are allowed to intervene, and there are times when karma intervenes to either give you some enlightenment, to shed some light into your life, to reward you, and of course you get to create your own karma by the actions, the decisions that you make based on your free will. So remember, nothing is written in stone. Okay, you have the power to change your circumstance. So now that a lot of you are here, I think that I'm going to begin. Okay, so allow me to drink some water and prepare for this. Okay, I'm going to start with a special prayer. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth, as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. Holy Spirit of God, help me to know the 12 signs of the Zodiac in the light of Akashic records, to see the 12 signs of the Zodiac through the eyes of the Lords of the records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of the 12 signs of the Zodiac have for them. The records are now open. So I'm going to first and foremost begin with Aries. I'm going to ask for, on your behalf, Aries Sun, Aries Rising, and Aries Moon, any love-related advice. This advice doesn't have to necessarily only apply to February. It's advice that is going to be available to you or valuable to you throughout the year. Don't give up hope. This message is intended to those Aries, men and women, who are open to receiving love. They have been looking for love. I keep getting, do not give up. For many of you, before you actually find a very steady and fulfilling love relationship, it is intended for you to find fulfillment through your career. It is intended for you. You have to achieve a certain task before you get there. So provided that you are able to achieve this first step, this first task first, then you're going to open many doors. And men, if you are looking for a man, or women, if you are looking for a woman, they are just going to find you irresistible. Love will happen very easily, and you are able to easily connect with people, because it's important that you connect, right? Plant that seed, and then love will generate. It's very important that you feel fulfilled in different areas of your life. So if right now you are not so very pleased with your work and you cannot change your work circumstance, then please try to find a hobby, try to find a passion, find something else to counterbalance for that. So by you simply having a hobby or having something that you feel very passionate about, okay, finding things that really make you happy, maybe a sport and you're passionate about, maybe you just discovered Zumba and you're just so passionate about, maybe you always wanted to learn belly dancing. It's time for you to start. Maybe you always wanted to learn about numerology, or maybe you always wanted to learn cooking, or maybe you have a fascination with technology, computer programs, and you want to develop maybe something very unique that only you can create. So I keep getting, follow that, follow your gut instinct, see where your talent is going to lead you, see where your creativity is going to lead you. By you simply following this journey where your creativity is going to lead you and where your passion is going to lead you, on the way of you taking care of your passion and having fun, okay, cultivating this passion, you are going to end up connecting with different partners, more than just one, because more than just one love is possible for you in the near future. For right now, baby step that I recommend for you is play sports with other people. Number one, do a yoga class, or do an activity class, or do an aerobics class with other people. If that is not possible for you, then organize get-togethers, either over somebody's house, you can go somewhere for dinner or for lunch, but extend those invitations there. Try to bring people together, organize something. So that's going to be a baby step that you can do now that eventually is going to help you to attract love. Because for many of you, and that doesn't mean that you're going to do this today and boom, tomorrow you're going to meet the love of your life. It simply means that you are changing your inner energy. Because for many of you, I keep getting that you have been hurt, and the door of your heart, picture your heart having a door, and the door is not completely open. Okay, you have left your door half open, half closed. And in order for you to find the great love, to find great joy and happiness in a love relationship, is very important that you are very open, that you open your mind, okay, and see who's going to respond, who's going to recognize that love that you have, who's going to respond to your vibration. You have to forget about certain expectations. You have to forget about how you feel, how you think that your ideal man should be or your ideal woman should be. Just let that happen, because for you Aries, I keep getting that you're going to find love with a person who's going to surprise you, with a person who in 1,000 years you did not picture that you're going to fall in love with that type or that character, or so you just don't picture that in your mind. So you need to be a little bit more open to that and try to follow those baby steps. For you, those of you who are already either in a relationship or who are already married, I keep getting babies are coming. If you are in child bearing age, I keep getting for many of you, a child is already on the way. You already know either you or your partner is pregnant. For other ones, I keep getting lots of you are going to become grandmas and grandpas. So your status in the family will be elevated because there's going to be newcomers in the family. I keep getting this extension of your family through someone giving birth in the family. So if you are an aunt, maybe you can be a great great aunt, a grandparent. So because this baby will be born, then everybody's title will be changing. I keep getting that if you are already married, and maybe you are not looking for the big love of your life because you already have your love of your life, I keep getting is very important that you have some more interactions with other couples. They don't have to necessarily be the same group age as you. So for you, Aries, that either you are married or you are already in a relationship, they highly recommend doing a little bit more activities either with other couples especially or with other people. It doesn't have to be just the two of you or just you and your children and your family. They want you to have a little bit more of a social life. They want the Akashic records are recommending that you go back and remind yourself why is it that you fell in love? What attracted you to this person? How did you meet? Where did you meet this person? Don't forget your friends. Try to organize get-togethers, going on vacation together, keep in touch. Give them a call here and there. So they want to be a little bit more social, not just you personally, but you and your partner need to be a little bit more social, and very highly and strongly there do recommend that you start to hang out a little bit more with other couples. Maybe like going for a dance with 2 or 3 or 4 other couples, organizing a cruise together, going on vacation together. So that's what I keep getting for you, Aries. They recommend that you wear more of these colors, reds and greens, for you Aries. Reds and greens. Many of you are going to be very busy very soon. It doesn't matter what your relationship status is right now. You're going to be busy very soon. For some of you, you're going to find yourself busy with lots of training and exercising. Other ones are going to find yourself very busy with studying, work projects, conferences. Other people are going to find yourself busy because you're going to have to take care of a baby, and there's a lot of family changes, okay? Events related to family gatherings and family changes. So that's why they say it's very important that right now you try to connect and hang out and have fun, because when business starts, you're going to regret not doing those things. So take care of that now. You don't have to regret later that you had all of this time and you didn't use it. So wear more reds and greens for your Aries, whether you are single or whether you are already coupled. These are the colors that they recommend. Taurus, Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, and Taurus Moon. I'm going to start with those of you who are single and open and you are looking for love. For many of you, I keep getting that you are going to meet someone through a work circumstance, through professional relations, professional collaborations, symposiums, conferences, networking events. So you're going to meet someone special through these events that um, are work oriented or they are professional oriented. When this happens, you are not going to realize that you are meeting someone who, from a karmic perspective, is going to be important, someone with whom you can have a relationship with, because you are going to be very busy in your mind with, you are going to be so much into work, and there's going to be a certain sense of, I love what I'm doing, or I'm trying to initiate and begin something new. So you are going to be so focused and so concentrated that the chances are that you are not going to see this person right in front of you. You're not going to see them for more just maybe like a work colleague or just someone that you met in a conference or in a networking event. So they are encouraging you to, if you work, take regular breaks. Take breaks every 30 minutes. Go outside the hall. Talk to people who are standing by the water fountain. Go outside to take fresh air. So they do recommend that you don't work straight. If you work from home, you don't have to work straight. You have to take regular breaks every 30 minutes, every an hour. Go outside, go in your backyard, go for a walk around the neighborhood. If you are going to buy your daily coffee, why don't you sit? Have some casual conversation. Notice who's around you. Make an event out of it. You don't have to do everything in a rush, running. Even if you eat, they highly recommend that you sit and you enjoy that. Make it an event. You don't have to be on the phone. You don't have to think about work. You don't have to think about family. You don't have to think about money. Take several moments in a day to simply sit, rest, and enjoy. Just let the sun, in your face and notice how that makes you feel. And by you doing so, you're going to realize that, hey, love is all around you. People actually have been interested in you, but maybe you are not able to see the sign. Maybe you don't recognize. Some people, for example, are trying to flirt, but you just something in your brain is not clicking. You are not able to see that. And I also keep getting, if you are already married or if you are already partnered up, they're saying there is nothing wrong with a little bit of innocent flirting. Flirting is just flirting if it doesn't go anywhere farther than that. So for some of you, the message is, again, if you are already married or coupled, there is nothing wrong with a little bit of innocent flirting. Um, if you don't encourage it to go anywhere farther. But everyone needs a compliment every now and then, and everyone needs to feel desired. They need to feel like, hey, I still got it. I'm still a very desirable woman, or I'm still a very handsome man. Like it gives a boost to your self-esteem. If you are already married, I keep getting for you, Taurus, that some old problems may need to be addressed again. So between you and your partner, you and your wife, or you and your husband, you may have to have some old conversations that you thought in your mind, you thought that your partner got the message, they're not going to do the same mistake again, or even you yourself, maybe you thought that we resolved that problem. Maybe it has nothing to do with your partner. Maybe it's something that you thought in your mind that now you are doing the right thing and you learn from your past and you learn from your mistake. I keep getting that sometimes you may need to let go of these small, tiny little errors. Nothing has to be perfect because you have to see your love relationship, your marriage, or your partner from the larger scale, from the larger vision point of view. And sometimes it's okay for you to let go of that tiny little things because the core values are there. If the core values are there, and if you see yourself living with this person for the rest of your life, you can learn to adapt a little bit. Some financial issues and some financial problems are bound to have an impact on your relationship. For some of you, this may have to deal with a family business. For other ones, this could be maybe other people are asking to borrow money from you or your husband or your wife. So that could have a little bit of an impact on the two of you. But I keep getting that in the past, money really affected you as a couple, and or money simply affected how you see yourself in love. Okay. So it's very important that you understand, and it's very important that you learn how to separate between the two of you. Money is money, money is business, love is love. So keep the two separate. That's the advice that is coming for you, Taurus, especially if you are married, especially if you are already coupled up. Keep love separate from your finances, your business transactions, okay, and business related stuff. So pay attention who's going to ask you for money or who's going to ask you for a favor in the next couple of months, because they're saying something there will be of importance. You're going to notice certain patterns. You're going to notice something. So pay attention especially who's going to be asking you for money in the next couple of months. For you Taurus, they do recommend that you wear a little bit of more pink and different shades of green. Choose a shade of green that you really like. Many of you, I keep getting that you may choose a shade between blue and green. There are certain shades between blue and green. That is highly recommended for you if you are really want to boost feeling loved and attracting love, or feeling more balanced in a relationship that you already have. And also pink, different shades of pink. So play around with these colors. They're real, because colors can also affect how you feel internally. So keep these colors in mind. Pink, green, and bluish type of color. So not blue per se, but a type of green that seems to be mixed with blue. I hope that made sense to you, Taurus. Now we will talk about Gemini. Happy Valentine Day to you too, Denise. Thank you. Happy Valentine to all of you guys. So Gemini, personally I am a Gemini moon. So now I will be talking about Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon. Let's talk for those of you who are single and are open to attracting love. You are looking for love. I keep getting, what better way for you, Gemini, than to attract someone with whom you can mentally connect, with whom you share the same passions in life. You are pursuing together, maybe you are passionate about humanitarian endeavors, charity activities, helping, volunteering. Maybe you can go in like a book club, a book review, or where people meet to talk to an author. Maybe there's an author going around touring. Maybe you need to sign up for this type of activities. So get yourself a little bit more involved in charities, volunteering, contributing to maybe being part of an organization, and maybe everybody's trying to make a law happen, pass a law, or maybe all of you are trying to connect to each other. To everybody's working toward a common goal, maybe to reach. Maybe you are trying to do a fundraiser, okay, to help someone. So these kind of activities, then you are able to mentally connect with other people, and in the process, not because we have to do this and when you're going to meet someone, the purpose should be purely so you can meet people who are like-minded. Okay, so do these type of things. Sign up for volunteering. Help someone from the goodness of your heart without you expecting anything to happen, simply to spread some love and joy. Because for you, Gemini, I keep getting that you have the ability to give many laughs, to make people laugh, to make people feel very comfortable, to make people feel very understood. Okay, it's like you can spread joy. Okay, and that's the best way for you to eventually to find the one who's going to respond to your love and affection with the same intensity of feeling. Okay, to meet someone that you are not going to question, does this person love me, do they have other purposes, do they have other intentions. Okay, so that you can find that pure love, somebody who's purely and simply responds to how wonderful your soul is, how wonderful, how sexy and attractive you are. So this is a baby step for you. Sign up for these activities when you feel that you are connecting with other people that are like-minded. If you like chess, why don't you go to these activities when people teach chess, or they compete and they do games. Attend, attend. Maybe you like, if you like movies, connect with other people who maybe are going to do a discussion about Oscars, and they talk about movies and movie reviews, book clubs, charities, fundraiser, volunteering. Also start there, but again, remember that in your heart, that should be your purpose. Okay, and then eventually, by you putting yourself in that category, in contact with these people, then you're going to absolutely find a partner who's going to have pure intentions towards you. They just genuinely are going to love you. Hospitals are recommended. Take a look at the hospitals. Check to see if what programs, volunteering, charity fundraisings they have available. Maybe they're looking for volunteers. Check out the local libraries. And for some of you, I also keep getting cooking courses, cooking classes. Take certain classes that you have an interest on. So you also get to meet during these courses other people who are like-minded. But you have to do these several times, different type of courses. Don't just go one time to a cooking class, for example. Don't just go one time to a painting class. Try to have some sort of a variety. Maybe someday you go for a volunteering event, another day you go for a painting course, another day you go for a cooking class, another day you go to watch a show. Excuse me again, a show with other people who maybe love the same kind of show. So alternate a little bit. If you are already married, or if you are already in a relationship, some problems are about to be a little bit discouraging for you, Gemini. Again, remember, I am the messenger, okay? And I have to tell you exactly what I get. I keep getting that throughout 2018, okay? In different months throughout 2018, different days, different. So it's going to happen a few times in 2018 where you are going to question, do you still love your partner? You may feel, or you may also feel like your partner is forgetting about you, or there's so much going on in life and all of that, that somewhere there you forgot to see each other as you are still number one in my life, and we still need to have some quality time together. So for you, so if you are a Gemini who's already in a marriage or who's already coupled up, this is going to be an important month that is going to shift your relationship either this way, in a good direction, or in a bad direction. So everything is totally happens through what decisions you are going to make, and what shift you like to see in your marriage or in your relationship. So for many of you, this year is going to determine the direction of your relationship. So colors recommended for you, Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon, regardless of your relationship status, they're recommending coral, uh, anything that looks like the shirt that I'm wearing, kind of like a little bit like nude, or a little bit like light brown with a hint of peach. So I'm just going to say like brown and peach because this is what they're showing me. brown and peach, and they don't have to be like strong, intense colors. You need to choose like a light brown or a sweet tone of brown, a light peach or a sweet tone of peach. So again, coral, and light brown and peach colors for you. Let's go to Cancer. Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, and Cancer Moon. I'm going to begin with those of you who are single and you are open to receiving love. You are looking to have a relationship. For many of you, I keep getting that sometimes you forget the importance of having sex and the importance of having physical intimacy. Okay? And sometimes you have to be very good in distinguishing when is it that you need a relationship and when is it that you need simply to have sex and simply to have some physical intimacy. Because for many of you, you feel trapped because you have to understand that sex is also important, and it's also important that when you meet someone, okay, to connect mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but also you have to remember that the sexual component is equally important. So understand again, the advice and the information is coming from a higher dimension, from the Akashic records. I'm not allowed to give you my personal opinion. So it's very important that this Valentine month, Valentine season, it's very important that you feel connected sexually to other people and try to make that happen. For some reason, they're saying many of you are getting to a point that you really, for health reasons, around your body really needs to have some sexual activity. And I keep getting change your hairstyle. So if you are a Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, and Cancer Moon, they highly recommend that you do something to change your appearance, and that's going to be a baby step for you that eventually is going to help you to feel connected, to attract a person with whom to create a very solid, steady, and happy relationship, to easily connect. Because it's very important that the relation, when you connect easily, that attraction happens easily, communication happens easily, and things happen easily, naturally. Okay, without being forced or manipulated. So highly they recommend for you that maybe you can change your hairstyle, you can change your hair color, you can buy a new wardrobe, you can do other physical changes that are going to be noticeable. Understand, they are not saying go for plastic surgery, they are not saying that. But do some of these beauty treatments or make some changes that are visible to your physical body. As I said, change your shoes, change your hairstyle, change your wardrobe, find colors and find a style that better fits your body to accentuate your facial features, your body. If you are a man, for some reason, here's what I get. If you are a man, I keep getting, if normally maybe you don't have facial hair, why don't you try it for a month or 2 months? Try it for a couple of months. See how you look with a beard or with a mustache with some facial hair. If normally you are somebody who most of the time you have facial hair, why don't you shave it all off? Okay, so people can see, how handsome you can be beneath all of that facial hair. So that's for some of you. So again, do not expect, you change your hair today and boom, tomorrow you're going to need someone. But it's very important that I recommend this because it's very important that you really feel it. You feel good, you feel handsome, you feel sexy, you feel attractive. Because when you feel it, Cancer, when you feel it right here, and when you feel like that feeling that yes, you can be gorgeous, and yes, when you allow yourself to enjoy that, to enjoy your body, to enjoy your looks, from that can also be healthy. You have to accept yourself, you have to love yourself, right, unconditionally, not in a selfish way, and you know how to do that. Okay, and that's when you feel at your best. And when you're at your best, this is when you're going to feel that you are attracting all of these dates, love partners, possible love interest. So start with that. Do something to your body, to your physical appearance that really makes you feel happy. Not that makes you look good, but that really you are so happy. That makes you also feel good. If you're already married, if you are already in a relationship, for you, I keep getting a new home. I keep getting that. For some of you, in 2018, there's going to be talks about a possible transfer, either the possibility of moving because one of you has to change jobs. So it could be because of a job transfer. For other ones, it could be changing your address, so a new home, purchasing a new piece of property, purchasing a new home. But some issues around homes and properties are bound to affect your relationship or your marriage. This, for other people, this could be like things that needs to be repaired around the home, things that are not working and functioning properly, and major work and major renovation may be needed. It could also be that you may choose to have some sort of extension or repairs and do some construction work around your home, for example, and that could be a little bit frustrating and putting a little bit of a strain on the two of you as a couple. So please keep that in mind. I keep getting a dinner date with family for many of you. I keep getting an image of many of you having these family gatherings, and you could be the one hosting a lot of family gatherings or gatherings with family and friends, because they are showing me on a round shaped table, and there's different couples, there's like cousins, parents, neighbors, there's friends, and I keep getting that you are going to organize different events. Like one day you can organize like a get together with all of your gal pals. Okay, if you're a man, maybe you can organize like one of those game nights between you and your other male friends, like having a guys night out at home, like maybe playing cards or something. So I keep getting these type of events for you. And Mercedes says, I'm painting my kitchen right now. So good luck with that. So this is the kind of events that are recommended for you. But for some reason, they're telling me that the shape of the table seems to be important, and I don't know what that means. Because all the time they are bringing in the picture on a round shaped table, and I also keep getting that you may bring in your home environment things that have more of an round shape. Like if you're buying a mirror, maybe an round mirror. If you're buying a table, maybe an round table. If you're buying pillows, I know it's rare, but maybe you can buy like on a round shape pillow. For example, I was able to find this, the Valentine pillow, the mermaid one. Maybe you can find something like this, but around in shape. So do that. This is what they recommend for you, especially if you are married or especially if you are already in a relationship. Colors. I keep getting yellow for you, like yellow honey. Okay, like a yellowish honey type of color. I have a question. What color candles do you recommend to burn? They're saying that this advice about colors applies to everything. Applies to candles, applies to anything that you want to purchase for your home, colors that you need to wear. They're talking about this kind of yellowish, yellow honey color, like yellow with a hint of brown. Okay, so yellow with a hint of brown, because it doesn't have to be yellow, but choose a tone of yellow that you like, preferably a tone of yellow that has a little brown mixed in it. I keep getting honey facials, or maybe you can do a facial scrub that has honey, and anything that is connected to bees and honey. This could be, your choice of lipstick, your choice of um, lip gloss, candles that are made out of beeswax or something. So this is what they recommend for you, Cancer. So yellow with a hint of brown and deep brown. So these are the colors that they recommend for you. Yellow, different shades of yellow, a kind of yellow that maybe has is a mix of yellow and brown, and also a deep shades of brown. These are going to be your colors that they highly recommend for you, regardless of your relationship status. Okay, I'm going to drink some water before I move on. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we're going to do Leo. Leo Sun, Leo Rising, and Leo Moon. So if you are single and you are open to receiving love, if you are looking for love, I keep getting during speaking engagements, during a presentation in a meeting, when you have to get up, either say something, maybe do a toast in a family event or in another gathering. I keep getting you being on the spotlight. The more you are going to be on the spotlight, the more you are going to increase the chances of people noticing you. Because for many of you Leos, I keep getting, if you have been single for the longest time, they're telling me, particularly if you have been single for the longest time, and you feel stuck because you are not allowing yourself to shine. You keep putting yourself in the back burner. You keep putting yourself in the background, and it's time for you to come forward. It's time for you to accept the spotlight. It's time for you to enjoy the spotlight. So you need to get more attention. Put yourself in situations when you are going to get attention, like volunteer to do a presentation, volunteers to travel on behalf of your company for your work. So the attention is going to be on you. If you are a performer, or if you are an actor, a singer, why don't you do more of those activities? It could be, even if it is in front of your friends, even if it is in front of your family, you have to put yourself a little bit more on the spotlight. Because I keep getting, many of you are so talented, but and you can be very good in anything that you choose to do. But how is that going to serve you any good? Okay, if you sit in the background, people are not going to notice you. If you wrote a book, for example, they're going to give you an example. If you wrote a book, okay, how is that going to do you any good if you are not going around to advertise for your book? You are not, you wrote a book, you need to let other people know. And this is exactly how you are approaching love. You have to put yourself in places where other singles go. When you can meet singles, you have to put yourself in places where the spotlight is on you. You have a microphone, or you have to do a presentation. So don't be afraid. If you're going at the bar, sit right in the middle of the bar. Don't sit in the corner trying to hide. So don't hide. For many of you, I keep getting that many of you have been trying to hide behind your clothes. It's time for you to stop hiding behind your clothes. And it's time for you to start using your clothes so it reflects your character and it insinuates your silhouette. Okay? Have fun with your wardrobe. So, baby step number 1 for you is have fun with your wardrobe. You don't have to wear the same boring things over and over. Okay? It's very important that you wear more vibrant colors. Okay? Vibrant colors. They don't have to be like dark toned. Vibrant colors, and Every day when you have to choose what you are wearing for an event that you are going to attend, or what are you going to wear to go to work, or simply what are you wearing today because you're going to work out, or even if you're staying home, okay? What are you wearing today? Put on your sexy lingerie. Put on something that really makes you feel sexy, even if it is to go to sleep. So that's step number one for you. If you can change your whole entire wardrobe, even better. So be passionate a little bit more about fashion and like how to look good and how to be good. Like if you have brown eyes, how you can insinuate, these brown eyes through makeup. If you have green eyes, how to insinuate them through makeup. If you are a guy, I keep getting buying a new cologne, buying a new male perfume, or changing the line. Whatever you use, the aftershave, whatever aromas, fragrance, and colognes you use, it could be the time for you to change all of that. And it's very important that you buy something that comes in a set. So you have the cologne, you have the aftershave, in the same package. So buy something that comes as a package, or a line. So, for example, if you choose, I don't know, if you choose a certain brand, make sure that everything that you purchase kind of ties in together and is the same brand. So this is what they recommend for men Leos who are open to receiving love. So smelling good. Focus on smelling good all the time, smelling delicious. Go for a fragrance that is delicious. Okay? It doesn't have to be sweet, it doesn't have to be too strong, it doesn't have to be I don't know how else to say it, but I keep getting like delicious scent. If you are already married or if you're already in a relationship, Leo, I keep getting that you and your partner, either you and your wife or you and your husband, need to travel more. It's very important that in 2018 you provide that opportunity for yourself and in the couple, because you as a couple, if you don't get out a little bit more of what is a routine, then you're going to risk losing a big part of the passion that ties the two of you together, that keeps the two of you together, and that's a relationship will be boring. So it's very important that you take any chance to travel with your partner, even if it is for a short drive on the countryside. Okay, so provide an opportunity to travel more, the two of you as a couple in 2018. If other people want to join you, that is fine, but make sure that the two of you as a couple have a sense of adventure. You can have like an adventure traveling, discovering new places, adventure traveling, or traveling in our way, so you can try a new kind of food, a new restaurant that maybe has like ethnic food that you never tried before. You have to keep that sense of adventure going between the two of you as a couple. And by this happening, you traveling more, the two of you discovering new things together, not only you're going to keep the sense of adventure going, but you're also going to notice that your sex is going to improve because the two of you are going to try new things. Understand that the advice is coming from the Akashic records, and they're laughing and they're saying it doesn't matter how long you have been together. There's always something that you can always try. There's always something new that the two of you can try together, or you can do it in a new way in the bedroom. Okay, so they bring in that. Up. I hope that made sense to you, Leo. And your colors, regardless of your relationship status, your colors. Let's see what colors they recommend. Number one, for you, I keep getting stay away from dark colors. Stay away from dark colors. Stay away from black. This year in 2018, avoid black as much as you can. Wear more white, more kind of silver, metallic kind of colors. It doesn't matter what color you pick as long as it's not too dark and as long as it's not black, but maybe anything that has some sort of a metallic sheen, silver, gold. That could be jewelry, silver and gold jewelry, silver and gold in your clothes, silver and gold in the colors that you choose to bring into your house. Golden tones, silver and golden tones. These are your colors for 2018, regardless of your relationship status. And remember to avoid black. I hope that that made sense to you, Leo. So now we have Virgo, Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising, and Virgo Moon. I keep getting that many of you Virgos, especially if you haven't had a relationship in a long time, or a successful relationship in a long time, or a long-term relationship in a long time. Maybe you had relationships, but they weren't that long-term. I keep getting that part of that why you are stuck. For many of you, I keep getting that you tend to be like you have a method. You have developed this method and you tend to have, certain rules or, relationships, or a man or a woman who's going to charm you needs to fall within a certain category. They're telling me you need to stop categorizing everything. And this doesn't just apply to relationships. This doesn't just apply to men or women. This applies to everything in your life. Stop categorizing so much. And I keep getting that you already create a certain idea in your mind about a person, either when you first see them or even before you see them. And you have to stop doing that because this is not helping you to live your life. You may have a certain feeling about a person, whether they're good, they're bad, or whether you match or you don't match. But just because you have that idea in your mind, that doesn't mean that you have to stop yourself from having a relationship, an experience with that person. Even if it is about like a colleague and has nothing to do with love, just because you have an idea about them, that doesn't mean that keep that in mind, but that doesn't mean that you are going to avoid any interaction, any experiences, any projects together with that person, okay? Because how are you going to live your life, okay? You still need to have those experiences. You need to live your life more. For you, Virgo, I keep getting a steady, for many of you, they are showing me that you are going to end up being in a steady relationship, and this is going to be with someone that either you consider like a friend. This could be like a co-worker or a colleague that maybe you don't know that well, but they're been around forever. So it's going to happen between you and someone that you know, but for some reason, either you didn't dare to cross that line, or the lines got crossed and then you realize that you have so much in common and you can be more than just acquaintances, colleagues. I keep finding love with someone that initially you're going to get to know them very well and you're going to be friends, colleagues, you're going to work well together. If you don't work together, maybe you're going to you're going to end up in some event together, some gathering, that you're going to discover that the two of you work together as a team. Maybe in this gathering, you're going to do together something as a team, maybe in a work project. But that's what I keep getting for you, finding love by developing friendship first. So you're going to develop a friendship with this person. And then that's going to lead for many of you to have this long-term, steady relationship. For many of you Virgos, so this is what they're telling me specifically for 2018. And I hope that that makes sense to you. You are very much encouraged to sign up for online dating, but they are also encouraging you to try dating in every form possible. So don't just limit yourself in online dating. Don't just limit yourself because you hate online dating and you're against it. Okay? you have to be open to how love will show up for you. You need to be open to different forms of dating. Allow your family to set you up, allow your friends to set you up. You may ask, if they know someone that could be compatible with you. You can go to like singles dances, singles cruise, networking events. Even for some of you, I also keep getting you are going to connect with someone in I keep getting this strong sexual attraction with someone you're going to meet in a networking event as well. So you have to understand that love can be found everywhere, anywhere, anytime. And you need to understand this and lock it in your brain. Otherwise, if you are not open to this idea, you're going to be stuck in being single for a long, long, long time. So allow love to happen in whichever form is going to show up for you. So be open to different forms of dating. If you are already married, Virgo, I keep getting that either what's going to interfere either with your marriage or with your relationship if you are not married yet. I keep getting taking care of other people. I keep getting that either a parent is sick or one of the in-laws is sick and having to physically take care of them. You may have to take care of somebody else that is sick or ailing in your family, like children. For some of you, it could really be your spouse, or it could really be your boyfriend or a girlfriend. So that could impact the relationship a little bit, and you need really in 2018, you really need to exercise a better sense of compassion that you have ever shown before. Okay, so your sense of compassion, it's really going to be tested, and it's really going to affect your love relationship or your marriage. Because I keep getting sickness, health, and people being sick around you, and you may also be the one who's going to be sick. So that's going to affect the relationship a little bit. So be more compassionate. It doesn't matter how compassionate you have been in the past. You have your capacity to show compassion. Your capacity to act based on your compassion is limited. You just need to allow it to happen. I know that sometimes you are afraid of getting hurt because when you have this depth of compassion, of course, chances are that you are going to get hurt, but that doesn't mean that you're going to avoid living your life because you are going to get hurt, okay? Compassion first. This is what I keep getting for you. Compassion and understanding first. Your colors for you, okay, aquamarine, colors for 2018, regardless of your relationship status. I keep getting aquamarine colors and crisp, clear colors, like see-through, like glass. For some reason, they recommend that you decorate with mirrors or like shiny and sparkly stuff. Like if you're a woman, maybe you can wear earrings that are, like this, like colorless, like a glass, sparkling, like diamonds. Okay, do you know how diamonds are? So again, something that looks like diamonds. Right now, everybody's going to buy diamonds, but you get what I'm trying to tell you. So aquamarine, clear colors for you. I keep getting short pants in your leisure time, more so than what you do for when you have to go to work and, respectfully and accordingly what you have to wear. They are focusing on the type of clothes that you need to choose on your downtime when you are not working, when you are relaxing. So I keep getting clothes that are more practical. Clothes that are practical, whether you're a man or a woman, clothes that are more practical, that are light. Like in summertime, for example, like a simple tank top or and short pants. So show your legs a little bit more. Whether you're a man or a woman, I keep getting for you. Show your legs a little bit more. Okay, so that's what I keep getting for you, Virgo. And I hope that made sense to you. Libra, Libra Sun, Libra Rising, and Libra Moon. Especially if you are single right now and you are looking for love, you are open to receiving love, I can get you that for some of you Libras, you cannot move forward until you get complete closure about an ex. This could be 3 exes ago. This could be your last relationship. This could be 7 years ago. But for many of you, they highly recommend that the reason why you feel stuck and the reason you feel like you're dating but nothing is happening is because deep down you need to come to better terms, to better understanding with how things ended with one of your exes. And for many of you, that doesn't mean that this is happening in a conscious level. For some of you, subconsciously, you may still have unresolved dilemmas. And you need to get some understanding. So again, you may not even be aware of that, but you still need to have a deeper sense of acceptance that what is gone, and it doesn't matter um, how or why. The important thing is that you have to get your lesson from this and move on. Because not everyone who's going to enter your life is going to be a pure image or just like your ex. They could be better. You cannot compare everybody with how bad they were to you or how good they were to you. Okay? So stop comparing. And I keep getting for some of you, not for all of you, but for some of you, there's going to be some sort of a coming back together between you and your ex. That could happen at any point of 2018. For some of you, it could be that you're going to develop a relationship in 2018, you're going to break up for some time, and then you're going to make peace again and coming back together again. Okay, so that could be the case for some of you. They could be talking about a boyfriend that you haven't met yet, breaking up and then coming back together again. I keep getting keeping a friendship with one of your exes may not necessarily be a good thing. So that's the case for some of you. You know who you are because you know if you are still are friends with one of your exes. As acquaintances, hi, bye. If you run into them, it's fine, but you don't have to necessarily be friends. Because some of you are still hoping there's something there. You know, there's some sparks left. So for many of you, they recommend that you need to move on. If something is going to happen, it's going to happen in its own time. So a baby step for you, Virgo. I'm sorry, Libra. We're talking about Libra. I apologize again. So baby step for you, Libra, and I keep getting that you love being in relationships. Many of you love being in relationships. For some of you, okay, go to cultural events. Okay. So for many of you who are single and open to receive your love, I keep getting that in 2018, try to go to as many cultural events as you can. Try to go to any activities that are intended to expand your knowledge. When you're going to know about other cultures, when you're going to know about other religions, when you're going to know about arts, go to like festivals, like food festivals. For example, every once in a while, like once a year, there's a Greek festival. Once a year, there's an Albanian festival. There's like an Iranian festival. There's like, this week is like the restaurant week, and it's going to be about Italian food, for example. Try to go in these kind of events or museums that are very cultural. Do the stuff that typically a tourist would visit, even if you have lived in your city forever. Okay, and you don't need to see those places because they're part of your daily life. Why don't you do one of those tourist trips and you go around town, like maybe in the tourist bus, and when they show you stuff and there's a tour guide. So do these kind of cultural types of activities. Again, remember, that doesn't mean that you did one today and boom, you met someone, but they're saying you need to be in that environment when you're curious and you connect with people, and people are from different countries, and there you get to connect and you get to learn a lot and having fun along this process, because it's also going to help you with your self-discovery journey, discovering new things. It's going to help you to rediscover yourself again. And when you rediscover yourself, you are going to know that how different you are from that guy or from that ex. And no wonder you have grown in a different direction. And now you need to be around people who are growing in the same direction as you, who you used to love before. It's not you anymore. Your old self used to love that person, but now you are all changed and you are all evolved and you are a lot more mature. So your new self is not in love with that person anymore. Your new self is open to more horizons. So they do recommend also traveling for pleasure. Take your time to travel for pleasure as much as you can in 2018. If you are already in a relationship, I keep getting for some of you, I keep getting that you know who you are because your relationship has been troubled for quite some time. And again, I'm not talking for those of you who are in a well established and a healthy relationship. I'm not talking about you. You know very well who you are because this message is going to make sense to you. You are waiting for the divorce papers, and some of you are going to finalize like separation, or you're going to finalize divorce papers in 2019 because the two of you have been struggling for a long time. And when the time comes for you to sign those divorce papers, it's going to feel like a liberation. It's going to feel like you have given a second chance. And please take that second chance and make the best out of it. Um, that's what I keep getting. So enjoy being single for a while. Enjoy being single for a little while. If you are breaking up, or if you are signing those divorce papers and legally separating or divorcing, take your time to really enjoy being single before you move on, because some of you are going to have the tendency to immediately enter a new relationship after that. Give yourself time to be single because you are really going to enjoy this time around. If you are in a healthy relationship or in a healthy marriage, I keep getting talking about the possibility of children, if your children are already grown up, talking about the possibility of one of your children moving out, going to college, and what are you going to do with an extra room, or do you need to move and expand, the square footage of your home, like, or do you need to downsize? These kind of conversations are going to come up, and for some of you, I keep getting a wedding. So somebody's getting married in the family. So there's going to be a lot of focus on that. Somebody's getting married. So that's what I keep getting, especially for those of you who are already in a healthy relationship or in a healthy marriage. So your colors. Oh, for you, Libra, they're sending me very clearly an image of a rainbow. So the rainbow colors. Sometimes there's like clothes that already have these rainbow colors, or anything that reminds you of unicorns and rainbows. Anything that reminds you of unicorns and rainbows, that's what you need to wear. That's what you need to bring more in your house, decorate with, work with. So these are your colors. Rainbow colors and anything that reminds you of like unicorns. Everybody has a certain sense of fantasy. What you fantasize about that brings you back to a fantasy world. That's what you need to work with. Any colors, anything that you see, and immediately brings you back to to a fantasy place, or to a place that you used to dream as a child, to your childhood dreams, childhood stories that were your favorites. To that, anything that reminds you of that. So basically, they're saying focus on rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes they have those unicorn-shaped coffee mugs. They have shirts with rainbows or not necessarily the rainbow colors are incorporated into the clothing, stuff like that. So play a little bit around with that idea of your inner child. What would your inner child like? That's what this is about. I hope that made sense to you. So now we have Scorpio, and let me check on other stuff. One moment. Give me 1 second. So Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, and Scorpio Moon. I'm going to begin with those of you who are single and open to receive love. I feel like many of you are tired. You're tired for different reasons. Some of you are tired because you are working so much. Some of you are tired of being sad and depressed. Maybe you are tired of being alone. Some of you are tired still from your last relationship because this person gave you so much to think about and it was just frustrating and draining. There's some sort of a little break here. I don't know if you guys can still see me. For some reason, the internet is slowing down. Are you guys able to hear me and to see me? Okay, I don't see that indicator of the internet loading anymore, so I'm guessing I'm back. So you're just tired. You're just tired. Some of you are just mentally tired, frustrated. There's a lot of inner work going on. There's so much going on inside of you that they are comparing your soul, your thoughts right now, like on turmoil. Do you know, like sometimes you feel like the sun is shining and the sea is calm, and that's how you feel internally. And some other days you feel like there's a hurricane and the sea is going like this and it's wild. And that's how you feel internally. So there's a lot of transition going for you right now, Scorpio. And for some of you, you're going to be going through this inner transformation and this inner work for most part of 2018. For you, Scorpio, they do recommend that you go out a little bit more. Go out more of your house. You don't have to spend so much time at home. They want you to be a little bit more of a nomad. After work, get some extra clothes, you can change there. And, from work, you go to do some other activity. You can go straight to the gym. You can go straight for clubbing. You can go for a drink. But they want you to take a chance to be a little bit more of a nomad. Okay? So do that. Be a little bit more adventurous. Because I keep getting, for many of you Scorpios, you have been feeling very comfortable in your state as single. You are getting so good at it that now you are getting very comfortable. And that's not good. So you need to get out a little bit more of what you feel comfortable with. Take a chance with work, maybe try something new at work, sign up for a project, do something experimental, try a new diet, try a new line of cosmetics, try a new food. They want you to get out of what you have, of your routine, get out of what you feel that you are comfortable with, what you are familiar with. Get out of your own shell. Okay, so you need to get out of your shell. If something scares you, why don't you study that? Read more about that. Try it. See it from a different perspective. Where is the fear based on? So they also highly recommend maybe an interest in exoteric matters like astrology, Reiki, Akashic reading. Why did you read more about it? For some of you, they're actually encouraging you to pursue taking that course, being certified, training. For some of you, the time has come when you really need to professionally be trained into some sort of an exoteric knowledge and exoteric matters. So deep down, maybe this is why this is happening. You need to get more in touch with your spirituality. So generally speaking, for all of you Scorpios, you need to get more in touch with your spirituality. Whatever spirituality means for you. For some people, spirituality is religion. Do that. For some other people, spirituality is something else. Do that. But you need to feel connected uh, to something greater out there, to God, to the universe in your way. So it's important that you feel connected with other greater forces. A baby step, especially so if you are single and looking, a baby step for you, as I said, is go out more. And I keep getting, um, you need to go out dancing more. You need to be more around people that are purely fun. You know who are your friends so that you can always laugh your ass off every time that you are around them. Hang out more with them. Try to get to know more people. Make new friends. Make new friends. And be oriented toward making new friends. The type of people that are always laughing and they are always optimistic. Um, they always have this high energy. Surround yourself with these kind of people. Spend more time around these kind of people that are very uplifting. They're very positive. They're laughing all the time. They're smiling all the time. They're so positive. And a baby step that you can do right now is you need to laugh more. So either get a movie that is very funny. Go see a live comedy performance, but it needs to be live, like stand-up comedians. Go to see a musical. Go to see a theater, but choose something that is not too sad. Choose something that has a lot of laughs and is going to make you laugh, especially live events. Attend more of these live events, and I also keep getting spend some time around animals. I don't know if you already have an animal. Maybe you go, I don't know, go visit someone who has animals. You need to be a little bit around animals more because animals love you unconditionally, and that's what you need right now. So do that several times in 2018. Spend a little bit more time with animals when you feel connected. That doesn't mean that you have to do it, okay, just because the Akashic Records told you to spend some time with an animal. It doesn't work that way. Spend some time with an animal that you really like and you feel connected and you really enjoy your time. It's about you enjoying this, okay? So do it purely for that reason. If you are in a couple, either you are already in a relationship or you are already married, I keep getting this is going to be an important turning point for you, Scorpio, in 2018. Important turning point because I keep getting some sort of an upgrade that it is a great and wonderful upgrade either in your relationship or in the marriage, in your married life, but there's going to be some sort of a stress attached to it and maybe some misunderstandings and maybe either you or your partner are going to say something to each other that could be a little bit mean, okay? That doesn't mean that this is the end of the relationship, but some stress is about to happen as you are upgrading your relationship or as something better is happening for the two of you. I keep getting buying buying a new property, moving in a much better house. I keep getting some success, either you or your partner finding this tremendous success in their work, in their career. So that's a great thing, but it could also be affecting you a little bit. Everything good has, also some stress. So allow your partner to shine, encourage them. And I also keep getting your partner, and I also keep getting, if that's not the case, then you're going find a way to hint to your partner that you really love them because they encourage you to be the best version of yourself because they really encourage you to pursue your career and they really encourage you to be successful, okay? And focus on that. Focus on it, give them a hint. And when you give them that hint, you don't have to be direct. And they're always going to keep that in mind and they're always going to encourage you, okay, to pursue your dreams. They're going to encourage you to pursue success. So I keep getting here a little bit of stress between work and the life as a couple or the two of you as a family. in your marriage, but nothing that the two of you cannot do together. So great things are happening, some sort of like great upgrade with you having to let go of something, and there's a little bit of stress with that. Financially, are you getting financial growth? Financial growth. Okay, so I'm going to ask them about maybe colors that they would like to recommend for you, regardless of your relationship status. What do you need to wear more of in 2018? Here's what they're showing me. They're showing me that you need to show off a little bit more. And I don't know how to say this in a way that doesn't sound bad, but you know that expression, shake your ass, shake your ass? You know that expression? So again, please don't be offended, but that's what I keep getting. I keep getting like, many of you are blessed with this fabulous tush. Like your behind can be very sexy, you know? So they're saying, why don't you wear more clothes to emphasize that? Okay, it doesn't have to be dirty, it doesn't have to be nasty. You know, you are blessed with that. So why don't you wear clothes to insinuate that? If you can't wear that type of clothes at work, wear them, you know, in your private life. And they're saying whether you're a man or a woman, they're telling me that many Scorpios are blessed with this sexy behind. So wear more of those clothes. They are not telling me so much about colors. For you, they're telling me that you can always play around with colors, any colors that you like, but make sure that you have to understand, they're telling me that in 2018, the colors that you choose to wear are going to affect how you feel. So if you wear like dark colors, they are really going to make you feel depressed, okay? So if you choose to wear like colors that really make you feel good and they're vibrant, that again is going to affect your mood. So it's totally up to you. What kind of clothes do you choose to wear? But keep in mind that unless you really feel depressed and you really feel like you need to talk about that, maybe you wear more black if you are grieving that day, and that's really going to help you. But don't wear too many days in a row. So they're saying, do not wear black too many days in a row. Better if you wear like different colors every day. Different colors. So that's what they recommend for you. No colors in particular. Just play around with colors. Wear different colors every day. And if you choose to wear black, do not wear black too many days in a row. And this year in 2018, the color of your clothes is going to affect how you feel internally. So choose a color that makes you happy. Actually, for you, Scorpio, they're saying seashells. So if you can either incorporate them in your clothing, in your jewelry, anything that has a shape of a seashell, maybe, you know, decorate your home with, anything that is related to the sea and seashells in the shape and in everything else. So that's what you need to bring more of. So now let's do Capricorn. No, I'm sorry, Sagittarius first. Sagittarius. Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Rising, and Sagittarius Moon. So if you are single and you are open to love, you are looking for a relationship, I keep getting that not everyone is going to find a love relationship in 2018, but most Sagittarians are going to have really great luck in love. I keep getting that, for many of you, I keep getting that recently you have a tendency to be a little bit lazy when it comes to looking, searching for love, being open for love. It's like the laziness has taken over, And I keep getting that you can find love anytime if you actually decide to not to seclude yourself, not to always do the same things at the same hour, not to be so routine. So if you decide to break up your routine a little bit, you're going to end up making acquaintances, having different experiences. So I keep getting it. Break your routine. If you always go to work at the same time, why didn't you try to go a little bit earlier? If you always drive to go to work in a certain route, why didn't you change that for every once in a while? If you always eat the same food for lunch, why did you change it a little? So change everything that you have created a routine out of, even if it is your nighttime routine. You know, the stuff that you use to clean your face, or like facials, or like lotions and stuff. Why did you change them a little bit? Everything that you have created that feels like a routine. So break your routine. Break your routine a little bit more, find the courage to break your routine a little bit more. And by you breaking the routine, you are going to end up having different experiences with people, making acquaintances, and feeling connected. The moment that you start to feel connected with people, then you are going to increase your chances of creating a relationship with someone, a love relationship. Understand that the purpose should not be, I have to do this so I can find love. The purpose should be, you have to break a little bit out of your routine so you feel connected with people. So focus on feeling connected to people, feeling connected to people in your daily life, feeling more connected to family, to different family members, feeling connected to a cause. If there is a cause that you very strongly believe in and you feel very connected to that, um, do a little bit more about that. Do a little bit more of those things that make you feel connected to a higher purpose, that make you feel connected to a common goal. Okay? Maybe everybody at work, you're working on an important project, and you feel connected to everybody else as a team because you are all, working towards a common goal. Do anything that makes you feel connected to other people. Okay, do something nice for your family that, without them having to ask you for a favor or for something. So feel more connected. Anything that makes you feel more connected. Um, if you are in a couple, if you are either married or in a established relationship, I keep getting, for some of you, there's going to be a proposal. You could be the one proposing, or you may be proposed to. They're not saying when, but for some of you, I keep getting that this will happen between 2018, 2019. I keep getting this love proposal, setting a date to get married. I keep getting wedding arrangements, preparing for the wedding ceremony. For some of you, I also keep getting welcoming the arrival of either a new pet in the family. Maybe the two of you are going to decide to adopt a pet, get a pet, but I also keep getting children, and they're not saying a child, they're saying children, welcoming children in your life. So they're not explaining how the children will show up in your life, so maybe you need to be open to that, but they're saying children, we're going to feel blessed in 2018 by children around you. So they're also recommending, they're encouraging you to work more with children, or to work more in anything that is related to the children, any causes, a cause, an event, charity, fundraising, anything related to children. So that's what I keep getting. Many of you will be married this year. So this year, so 2018, 2019, many of you Sagittarians will be marrying. Twins can also be possible because they said children in plural. I don't see anything major affecting your relationship or your marriage in a big negative way. For some of you, I keep getting that there is going to be a certain sense of grieving, but not necessarily really bad. There is some grieving. But I also keep getting that this phase, you are going to go through that phase very quickly. It's only going to be a passing phase. Generally, I keep getting all good things for many of you Sagittarians that are already married or already in well-established relationship. You may have a little bit of a hard time letting go now that you are entering in a new phase of your relationship, in a new phase of your marriage, in a new phase of your life. And maybe that's why there's a little bit of a hard time letting go in a sense of grieving. But generally speaking, I keep getting growth for many of you Sagittarians. If you had a relationship that was on and off, like you were together for some time, then you fight, then you break up for some time, and then you get together again. If you are someone who is in a relationship of this kind, I keep getting that this year is going to determine whether you are together forever or whether you are separated together. There's not going to be on and off anymore. It's either yes or no, because many of you are going to be tired by this situation on and off. So you know who you are, and this message is going to make sense to you. So your colors, I'm asking them about your colors. Sagittarians. I keep getting blue, like baby blue for you, or the sweet kind of blue. So not really deep blue, but like the kind of blue that when you see it, it reminds you of the sea. It reminds you of water. I keep getting that, and I keep getting white, blue and white. Blue and white for you, regardless of your gender, man or woman, regardless of your relationship status. The colors that I recommend that you wear more of in 2018 to attract love and to attract loving relationships in your life, loving experiences with others, they recommend blue and white. I hope that that makes sense to you. So now let's talk about Capricorn. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon. For some of you, I keep getting, if you are single and open to love, I keep getting that love will actually happen pretty quickly. So you are going to have plenty of chances in 2018 to fall in love. And when you fall in love, things are going to progress very rapidly, very quickly. And many of you need to be a little bit careful with that because you don't want to be overtaken by the process of falling in love, that you have to rush and do everything quickly. You have to understand that love doesn't have to feel rushed, and love doesn't have to, you can't hurry love. However, when you fall in love in 2018, you're going to fall in love in an instant, in a moment. For some of you, they're talking about falling in love with the first sight. That's going to be the case for some of you. And I keep getting a lot of troubles. Either you're going to fall in love or you're going to connect with someone in a love-related sense. With someone during a travel, during a vacation, or this could be also someone who's a foreigner. They are very different from you. Either they have a different race from you, or different ethnicity, or different religion, but that attraction is going to be wow. It's going to be like va va boom. That attraction is like boom. That's what they're describing. That's how they're describing this to me. I don't, so they're saying this is not, they're saying that you need to stay away from the idea of finding the greater love of your life. If you stay away from that idea and simply say, I'm going to find love, let the universe determine that. Because they're saying you cannot limit yourself to the idea that there's only one greater love and there's nothing before and after. Okay, they're saying let the universe do its job, and you simply need to focus on finding love and creating a love relationship, an easy, fulfilling, easy love relationship with this person. So don't focus so much on how many relationships, or is it just only that one person. Stay away from that kind of thinking. For some reason, they're showing me a pilot. Somebody was a pilot in an airplane, and they're telling me that it's time for you now to land and to settle somewhere. So it's time for you to settle, not in a relationship, but it's time for you to settle in a place where you're going to live for a long time. I keep getting that if you are, especially if you are someone that you traveled a lot or you felt even emotionally or mentally all over the place, now you are going to feel a little bit more settled, a little bit more steady. I feel they're saying for some of you, you're going to find a job and or you're going to find a home that you're going to live there for a long time. You're going to find a job also that you're going to be doing that job for a long, long time. So having a certain sense that your life is now steady. Your life is now steady. So that's what I keep getting for you. The more you focus on the idea that your life is secure, safe, and steady mentally, emotionally, financially, the more you are going to easily attract this new love relationship. So work toward anything that would help you to make your life more steady. For some of you, if you feel like your weight is not steady, maybe you can work toward that. If you feel that your finances are not steady, you can work toward that. If you feel like you keep changing homes, maybe you can work toward that. So you can find that one location, that one home, and you don't have to move for a long, long time. If that pertains to your work, maybe finding that job, this is going to be permanent for a long, long time. That's going to be the big shift, and then after that, you're going to attract this steady love relationship. So these are baby steps for you to follow. If you are already in a marriage, or if you are already in a love, in a steady relationship, I keep getting that health is going to be at focus. You may be worried about their health. They may be worried about you. I keep getting pregnancies. I keep getting simply focusing on taking better care of each other, taking better care of your diet, the two of you, what you eat, having this more of a healthy approach to even how you react towards each other. It's not so much about what the other person is telling you, how they're saying it, if they're loud, they're mean, they're rude, they're sweet. It is mostly about how you react toward that. What's your reaction toward that? So if you're already in a relationship or if you are already married, understand that how you react to what your partner is saying, is doing, that's going to be a key factor. You have to understand what is it that you are reacting like that. So that's the thing that could be affecting you. And I keep getting for many Capricorns who are already married or already in steady relationships, I keep getting that the steadier you feel in your love relationship, the steadier your financial situation will be, because that energy for you connects to the energy of how steady your money is and how financially successful you are. So the stronger your love relationship is, not only the money is going to be steady, but also you are going to notice a growth in your financial situation. You're going to attract money easily. So work on your relationship. Anything that you can do to make your relationship more steady. Colors for you, they recommend green for you as well. Green and purple. Your colors for you, Capricorn, they recommend for you to wear more greens and more purples in 2018. Choose whatever shade of green and purple that you like. Wear more of these colors. You can decorate your home with more of these colors. But I keep getting, you are going to feel more drawn to greens and purples, even if before you didn't like these colors. For some reason, you are going to be more drawn to these colors. So this advice, green and purple, is for everybody, regardless of your gender, regardless of your relationship status. Wear more of these colors. So now we're going to do Aquarius, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Rising, and Aquarius Moon. If you are single and open to receiving love, open to finding um, a partner, to have a relationship, let me see what they're saying. I keep getting that first and foremost, I keep getting that this is a very important year for your spiritual growth. Regardless of your relationship status, I keep getting that the bigger changes are happening, the bigger transformations are happening in your soul. There's going to be a deep, deep, deep need for you for some change, but you are not going to be able to identify what is it that you need this change, because deep down at a subconscious level, this need for change is coming because you need to feel more connected to spirituality. It is about how karma is going to reward you. For many of you in 2018, you're going to emotionally receive a lot of spiritual blessings, lots and lots of spiritual blessings. And understand that you have to let this happen. These questions that you have, sometimes it may show up as an anxiety, sometimes it may show up as undecisiveness, sometimes it may show up in all these questions that you have internally. You may feel more drawn to space out. You may feel more drawn to meditate. You may feel like you just need a moment to yourself, like a private moment just with your self. For you, I keep getting baby steps for you to do so you can start to attract a love relationship. Pursue your dreams. The more you are going to pursue your dreams, the more you are increasing your chances of meeting this person. Excuse me. So I keep getting pursue your dreams. Even if it is something that feels silly, even if it is maybe something that is very small, pursue it. Because in the way of you pursuing your dreams, especially the dreams that you have been postponing or putting off for a long time, in the process of you pursuing your dreams, you are going to end up having several relationships that are going to be very important, that are going to be very karmic, and they are really going to be uplifting. They really are going to teach you a lot. And these people with whom now you are going to connect in a love relationship, they are also going to be very key people, key important people to also help you understand life in a better way, upgrade and help you with your career. So the so this relationship is going to be also about, this person is also going to help you to upgrade your career. I keep getting a yoga studio. So I'm asking them about baby steps. What can you do? So by you doing these baby steps, eventually they're going to help you to attract this love relationship, this partner, this person. So first they said pursue your dreams, stop postponing, stop procrastinating, pursue your dreams. Then they showed me a yoga studio. I hope that made sense to you. They also told me be a little bit more in the public eye. Um, so go to as many events as you can. Accept these social invitations, going out for drinks, after work, with coworkers, birthdays that you may be invited to, holidays, concerts that you can go to. So go to as many events as you can, like festivals, concerts, movie theaters. So be more social. So it is all about expanding your social life and having a good time with family and friends and even acquaintances. So expand your circle of acquaintances, friends, your social network. So expand your social network, and also From time to time, check your online connections, anything that maybe you have signed up for, friends on Facebook. So take care of both. That's what I keep getting. I keep getting grow your social circle, grow your network. So again, maybe you are on YouTube, or maybe you are on Facebook, maybe you are on Twitter. Cultivate to work towards growing your followers, and in the process of you working toward growing your followers and getting to know more people, more friends, you're going to end up connecting with people, and that's going to be a baby step for you. So you can start to attract a new person. For some reason, I also keep getting someone who does theater, someone who's a singer, someone who is very artistic and very creative. You may be connecting, having a relationship with someone who's very creative, singer, actor, writer, dancer, maybe plays a music instrument or something. So that's what I keep getting for you, Aquarius. If you're already married or if you're already in a relationship, let's see what they're saying. They're saying this Valentine, do something special for your partner. They're also telling me that you may choose this year to keep it a little bit low key. You may choose, for example, to have like a very special dinner, just the two of you at home, not necessarily going out, or other Aquarians may choose to have it a little bit more key, because it is not about the big and grand gestures, the chocolate and the flowers and the balloon. It is about how you feel about this person. It is about having that important conversation with your partner or with your spouse. It is about talking about the major important things that matter to the two of you. So they're talking about that heart-to-heart conversation, heart-to-heart connection, that conversation that still needs to take place. So being happy, but at the same time, I keep getting, you don't have to necessarily, keep it low key. That's what I keep getting. Keep it low key. So something intimate that is meaningful for the two of you. It doesn't have to be anything that traditionally people do, like going out of a restaurant, balloons, flowers, chocolate. It needs to be something that is very significant and very intimate for the two of you. So that's what you need to do, especially on Valentine. Finances, I keep getting a little bit of either you or your partner has to go through something important that was really troublesome, either with IRS, taxes, finances, and business. So something that is related to finances, but I also keep getting that will be resolved and that won't be an issue anymore. If it has been an issue so far, it won't be an issue anymore in 2018. And in 2018, you or your partner or both of you are going to be able to resolve this circumstance. So there's a little bit of interference in your love life because of a money related situation, but that's not going to be the case anymore as the year is progressing. You're going to find some healing or some solution to that as 2018 is progressing. So it's going to get easier and easier. I'm going to ask them about colors, any colors that they recommend that you wear more of in 2018 that especially is going to help you to attract love. I keep getting colors that are like orangey or peach, like orange, peach, light pink. Orange, peach, light pink. So these could be shades of the same color. Orange, peach, light pink. If you are a guy, I keep getting more brown and green, more brown and green. And absolutely, they're saying to all of you, wear more red. wear more red, regardless of your gender, regardless of your relationship status. Wear more red throughout 2018. And it's also very important that you smell good every day, and you smell good, especially when you go to important events. Because I keep getting that, especially if you are single, you're going to attract a lot of people because you are going to smell so good. So maybe you're going to change your perfume or your body lotion or whatever you use that smells good. I keep getting you're going to find your scent. And when you find your scent, people are just going to be drawn like, just like, you smell so good. So that's what I keep getting, especially if you are a single Aquarian. I hope that that makes sense to you. And now we are going to do Pisces, Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising, and Pisces Moon. So if you are single but you are open to receiving love, attracting a relationship, here's what I get. I keep getting. If you are in a work environment when people talk a lot, I keep getting first and foremost, mind your business. That doesn't mean that you don't have to have interactions with other people, but it simply means that you don't have to believe everything that other people are saying. You don't have to believe everything that people are saying, maybe at work. You don't have to believe everything that friends are saying or people are gossiping about. I keep getting that you have to draw your own conclusions based on your own experiences and your own communications with a certain person. Because even if the gossip is right, you are always going to regret not allowing this person or not going out on a date with that person. So it's very important that you understand that you have to keep in consideration what other people are saying or what the gossip is all about. Keep that in the back of your mind. But at the same time, you also need to be open that you need to have your own personal experience with this person. Because it's not about the relationship being bad or good or the date being bad or good. You really need to have that experience for your own soul growth. For you, I keep getting people that you know trying to set you up. Either people are at work or people that you already know. They may approach you with the idea that they would like to introduce you to someone. For some people, some Pisceans, that doesn't mean that it's going to be done on purpose. It can just so happen that he's single, you're single, or she's single, and somebody introduces the two of you. Not necessarily with the purpose that they need to set you up, but I keep getting being introduced to someone through mutual parties. So that's what I keep getting for you, Pisces, in 2018. And I also keep getting a baby step that what you can do now so you can attract a love relationship. Again, remember, that doesn't mean that boom, you do this and the next day you find a relationship. It means that they're guiding you. What you need to work on right now that you need to change in you. And I keep getting work on cultivating deeper, meaningful friendships. You don't have to have a lot of friendships. You can just have one or two good friends, but these friendships need to be good, deep, and meaningful. So cultivate meaningful experiences. So a conversation, casual conversations that maybe you have with people at the elevator, maybe you have casual conversations with people at the gas station, at the grocery stores. Make sure that these are going to be meaningful conversations, meaningful interactions, everything. So focus on meaningful, everything that is meaningful. And by you connecting with people in the way that to you is meaningful, little by little, you're going to shift the energy and you are going to notice that people are not going to hesitate to come talking to you. You are not going to hesitate to talk to people. You're going to be a little bit more spontaneous. And thus, spontaneously, in a natural, easy way, you're going to connect with someone and develop a love relationship. And it's very important that you do not have any expectations. Forget about the expectations. You have to live in the now, in the moment, and then enjoy the experience now. Don't think about 3 months from now. Don't think about tomorrow. You have to live in the here, in the now. So free your mind from any expectations, especially if you meet someone. Okay, free your mind from expectations. Just take it one day at a time, and avoid any situations with gossip. Don't gossip. Even other people may push you to gossip. Don't gossip. Don't say anything about other people. Just don't make any comments, because whatever you're going to say is going to be misused, or it's going to backfire. Uh, and your love life, they're bringing this up because for some of you, your love life may suffer as a result. Remember, regardless of what people are saying, you need to have your own personal experiences with this person. You have to arrive in your own conclusions. So if you are already married, or if you are already in a well-established relationship, I keep getting that career is going to interfere a little bit with the love life, because I keep getting you could find yourself working long hours, your partner may be doing the same, and you really have to work carefully with your partner about finding the time to be together, finding the time to do other things together, finding the time to take care of the family. However, it doesn't come up to me as a big problem. It does come up to me as being happy with work, as your career is growing for many of you, and also being happy with this relationship that is growing and trying to make it work through mutual understanding. So I keep getting some timing issues for some of you that you are bound to have in 2018. But ultimately, this is not a deal breaker. It's something that you need to work a little bit better at, because I keep getting you don't plan for it, but you're going to find yourself very busy, especially either working extra or working extra hours. And I keep getting every once in a while you need to forget about the children. It's not healthy to always be around, be 24/7 with the children, or thinking about your children all the time, or worrying about them. Sometimes it's healthy just to be on your own by yourself, find a moment yourself, or simply to be with your partner without having to constantly think of the children. For those of you who have children, or if you wanted to get pregnant and your mind is constantly going there, stay away from that. Stay away from that. So that's what I keep getting for those of you who are a couple. And I keep getting jewelry as a gift. Lots of gifts, jewelry. You may be receiving a lot of jewelry. This could be for Valentine. Maybe you buy jewelry for your partner. But throughout 2018, I keep getting people who love you. For some reason, they're going to buy you jewelry. And that's what I keep. Getting. A proposal being postponed. Now I don't know what this is, because I keep getting like a man in his knees trying to propose, but it feels like always something happening, or it's about finding the moment. So I don't know, because this is general reading, it's not a private reading. You may need a private reading about that, but this has been shown to me, something being postponed, like a love proposal being postponed, or a wedding date or engagement date being postponed. So they're not saying it's not going to happen, they're just simply saying it's going to be a little bit postponed. It's all about finding the right time. Remember, timing is going to be important, because they keep bringing this up, the timing in love, and finding the time to do the proper moment, the right time to do something. So a proposal could also be very possible for many of you Pisceans. Colors. Let me see if they do recommend any colors for you that you can wear more of in 2018. To simply attract more love. It's going to help you be loved, to attract love. Okay. So allow me to concentrate again. Flowy. I keep getting go with the season. Go with the colors of that season. So, and that's what you can do. So go by fashion. For example, like if this spring, these two colors are very popular, then wear those two colors. If summer comes and you notice the magazine, the fashion, or everywhere you go shopping at the boutique, and pretty much it's the same style or the same colors, wear more of those colors. So for you, Piscean, I keep getting that this year, go with the seasons and go with the fashion, go with the best fashion choices for that season. So it is about you being contemporary. So be contemporary. That's what I keep getting for you, Pisces. So if there's a certain style in pants and everywhere you go shopping, that's what you keep seeing, then buy that. If you see, if you see, like a certain design, because for you I don't get colors, I keep giving a certain design that is becoming famous, and like you're going to see that everywhere, buy that. So that's what I keep getting for you, Pisces. So it's about you living a little bit more in the moment, right? So buy things that are contemporary, buy things that go with the season. What's popular this season or the next season. So that's what I keep getting for you, Pisces. And I keep getting whether you are married, single, in a relationship, or you would like to be, I keep getting cultivate more these one-to-one relationships and cultivate more the one-to-one interactions with people. Okay, so cultivate that one-to-one relationship and communication with your mother, with your father, with your brother, with your sister, with your friend, with your coworker, with your boss. So focus more into these one-to-one relationships and one-to-one communications with people. And I hope that that made sense to you. I am now going, before I close, I'm going to ask the records if they have anything else of importance that all of us, all the zodiac signs need to know. I keep getting that many of us are so focused on the idea that we need to have someone in our life, we need to find someone in our life, that sometimes we forget that we are just enough. And whether you are in a marriage, whether you are in a troubled marriage or in a troubled relationship, whether you are single, you need to remind yourself that you are more than enough. And once you grow in that direction, for you to deeply understand that, this is when you are going to find that relationship, people, man, if you're looking for a man, or women, if you are looking for a woman, they are just going to drop in your life. People are just going to find you irresistible. You are complete in the way you are. You choose to have wonderful experiences and you choose to connect with other people to add more fun in your life, to add more meaningfulness to your life. So remember, regardless of your relationship status, regardless of your financial status, regardless of anything, you need to remember that you have what it takes, that you are more than enough. You are enough. You are always going to be loved, and the more passion and passion and compassion you're cultivating your heart. If you have activities, if you do things with passion, if you put passion in everything that you do, you're going to attract people who have passion about you. You're going to attract passionate experiences in your life. If you are compassionate in your heart, you're going to find that people are compassionate about you. They love you genuinely and purely. So just enjoy yourself. There's one simple trick they're saying that ultimately it's not a trick. Enjoy yourself. That is the secret to being in a lovely relationship. That's the secret to attracting a love relationship. That's the secret to attract a sexual partner. If you are looking for a sexual partner, that's the trick to attract a relationship if this is what you desire. And I hope that that makes sense to all of you. Now I'm going to do the closing prayers. Remember, click in the description box down here somewhere. That's going to take you to the February prediction that I already uploaded on Vimeo for you, for those of you who are interested. I would like to thank the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I would like to thank the Lords of the Akashic Records for their point of view. And I would like to thank the Holy Spirit of Light for all knowledge and healing. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. Okay, I hope that that made sense to all of you. Thank you so much. I wish you happy Valentine to all of you. And remember that deep down, this is the day to celebrate love. This is the day to celebrate the people that we love. It doesn't have to necessarily be only about couples. So celebrate it in your own way. In my country, for example, I'm originally from Albania, and for many years we didn't know what Valentine was. We didn't really celebrate a Valentine. Then in the 90s, when the borders opened and we became a democratic country, we weren't a communist country anymore. We didn't have a dictatorship. Then we got to know about Valentine. And for us, for example, going to a party for Valentine, it's a big tradition. It's not only about couples. Of course, couples go out. Your man is supposed to buy you flowers. Flowers are flowers and chocolate. But more so, it's about going out and partying. I remember, for example, when we were in high school, all the guys, they would buy flowers to all the girls. They would have like a bunch of flowers individually wrapped, and they would go around high school seeing a girl and just handing out flowers. And that was just beautiful, because that day I remember, in my city, if you were in high school, everybody had a flower. All the girls had a flower in their hand, and usually we would organize like a dancing party, or we would organize some sort of event. So that was a beautiful tradition. Love was for everybody. In other words, you didn't have to necessarily have a boyfriend at the time to go out and celebrate. So that was lovely. So celebrate a person that you love. Just express, how much you love them. It can be, even if it is, I don't know, if it is your little cousin, for example, and you love them so much, and or your little boy. Maybe your little boy is the love of your life. Celebrate them. It's love. It doesn't have to be just for couples. So make yourself pretty. Go out, serenade yourself, have a date with yourself. So that would be my personal recommendation. I wish you all the best. I will see you soon in the next streaming. Remember, the next streaming is going to be for the solar eclipse that is going to happen on February 15. Good luck. Email me for a private reading, amalightworker@gmail.com. Click in the link down here below. That's going to take you to the video videos for those of you who are interested. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.